We should be able to get through maybe in about 20 minutes. Not too loud yet. If it gets a little bit loud, I'll go ahead and mute everybody. I just want to hit a couple things. Of course, the big topic now is Cancun because we're coming up on the end of when we're able to actually register for a room there. Oh, let's see. So I did up this little sheet for you guys and gals. Some of you guys already sent this to, but just to reconfirm, this is pretty much the clarification for Cancun. When is it? Thursday, February 6th through Monday, February 10th. So you basically get 4 nights. I'm assuming we get Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and then most will probably be flying back on Monday, I would assume. So I put in there 4 nights all-inclusive stay at the Moon Palace Resort and Spa, which is an incredible place. We have some good friends that are actually members there, and they said it's absolutely beautiful. So that will be awesome. Then, of course, you got your Elite Academy style training with the top leaders. It's going to be a combination of, it's not going to be a lot of the rigid training that we have where you're starting at 9 in the morning, go until 6. I know there's going to be time for people to enjoy their family and friends and teammates certainly at the same time, which is pretty cool. So there was a little bit of confusion with registering. Some people thought that it was $1,900 a person. It is $950 each for 2 people. So you basically have to register a room. So if only one person is going, you would have to go ahead and spend $1,900 for one room, because you get to double occupancy. So most people are certainly going to do 2 occupancy. If for some reason somebody's going and they need a roommate, they want to go and they want to split the cost, just let me know. And I know I have people that would like to join in for at least a 2-person room. So your 3rd and 4th people, $540 each, that'd be $1,080. So I just did some math. If you had 4 people in a room, the total would be $2,980. And then if you split it up 4 ways, then it's only $745 each. If you split it up 3 ways, it's $1,813. And of course, with 2 people, it's $950. Does that make sense to everybody? Hopefully it does. Most folks are going to have at least 2 and 3 people in a room. We're going to have 3 in our room. At least for now. So, and again, you got to secure the room by the end of October, which is a few days away. Next week from today. No, a week from Thursday. I'm sorry. A week from Thursday is the end of the month. Halloween. So keep that in mind, guys. I mean, this is really going to be an incredible trip. I'm getting really excited about it. It seems like it's right around the corner already in February. You can't get out of here quick enough. So I did something else here real briefly, guys. And I don't spend a lot of time in the back office on commissions and things like that, but there's sometimes a little bit of confusion on, how to find, what you've been paid in commissions and things like that. So Ann's really good at that. She couldn't get on the call. She's actually still in Birmingham, Alabama. She has not been home since October 2nd. So we were traveling for 2 weeks, and then she flew directly to Birmingham to spend time with our daughter, Lindsay. Had some things on there she wanted to help her with, so she's still not back home. But I got a couple of these tips from here. A lot of you guys know this, but if you don't, if you were looking for what and how you've been paid, here's just a couple of tips. And I recorded this so you'll be able to pull it up. So you'll go to your back office, and most of you guys, of course, know how to go to your back office, whether through it's your name or your distributor number. Go to the tab called Downline. Look for a link called Commission Summary. There you can go to Primary, which gives you detail on your 15th of the month check. We get paid every 15th of the month, unless it's the fast start type of bonus thing where if you enroll a distributor, of course, that pays every Friday, okay? So looking for the primary, that gives you detail on the 15th. You can also see what your commissions are on each person in your downline, along with the matching bonus or the elite bonus if you are part of that, okay? Then there's a secondary bonus. You click on a tab that says secondary bonus, and it'll tell you what the bonus was and how much it was on each person. She put in here, you'll need to click on the date and then click on the fast start bonus and download a PDF. It'll give you details. So that, I'll publish this, and this just give you a little bit of a overview. And certainly as you're bringing new people in, we can share this information. And the best thing to do is, of course, to get somebody on a Zoom and walk them through all this. It's not complicated, but if you've not done it before, I guess it could be a little bit complicated. So that's I want to touch on Cancun, a little bit of the summary, and then I want to just touch base with you guys a little bit about NAD. We're hearing a lot of real great things about NAD. Immediate reaction people are feeling within 24 hours. Maybe not everybody, but most people. And in some regards, it just depends on the person's body. So in essence, what NAD is basically, I call it testimonial of NAD. It's there's something called sirtuin. Sirtuin is a protein, and as we age, your sirtuin level drops 60 to 80% while as we age. So really, what they discover with NAD is that within 24 hours, you're doubling your sirtuin manufacturing. Okay, so that's why a lot of people are feeling more energy. That's what the study are showing, that we're doubling within 24 hours. Now, a couple of the benefits, right, that we're hearing about. Improves mental focus and clarity. I know that's been a big thing for me. Supports positive mood and motivation. I don't really ever need positive mood and motivation personally. I'm always pretty positive and motivated. But since Ann's not on this call, she did tell me that by taking NAD, she's been able to put up with me more. So I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently NAD is allowing her to put up with me more. I don't know if that's good or bad. So boosts mental and physical energy. That was a big one for me, and I'll tell you a little bit about how I'm taking it and what I discovered with that idea of boost mental health and mental and physical energy. Supports our body's inflammatory response, which is a big thing. We all know that most disease and adult-related disease is due to inflammation, so that's a big deal. Supports healthy cholesterol levels. That's a good thing. Supports healthy vascular systems, which means, you know, your blood flow and things like that, which is pretty awesome. And supports joint health. So those are the benefits that we are reading about. Now, a couple cautionary things, I guess I'll say. Saw an email the other day from Dr. Brian Dixon, and he just published a couple of comments he's heard from people about somebody like me, and I did it when I was actually out of town. I was in, I don't know if I was in Mexico or whatever, and I get up in the morning, and my routine is I have a cup of coffee every morning. And if you guys know me, I'm kind of a Starbucks snob, but in Mexico, they don't have Starbucks. But I got up on 2 different occasions in the morning. You know, I don't usually eat anything immediately in the morning, and I drank my cup of coffee or 2, and then I took my NAD right away, and I was feeling kind of jakey. And I guess the best way I call it jakey, I don't know how else to describe it, but just kind of shaky, you know what I mean? And I realized it was probably, when I read Dr. Dixon's recap, he was saying that people that are sensitive to caffeine or drink a lot of caffeine, whether it's Mountain Dew or coffee, and then you combine it with your NAD, you might feel some enhanced effects that might not feel real great. You might maybe feel a little bit sick to your stomach. So I guess as a caution, he was saying if you're a coffee drinker, you might want to spread that out a little bit, okay? So I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but for me, I did. And that's all I did that next day was I fixed that. I had my coffee in the morning. I waited till I ate some food, and then I took my NAD, and I've been perfectly fine ever since. So that's the one tip I want to give you guys. The other thing he had said is that you probably should take with food and drink plenty of water. It is a product that has a pretty quick response. So he feels that, you know, just be somewhat precautionary. If you have customers that start to take it and they, you know, explain to them about the whole idea with caffeine and energy level and what they might feel, you know, we're better off being honest with people. But like Dr. Dixon said, he said, just power through. You know, if you got to go to maybe 1 pill a day until your body gets used to it, because it's a pretty powerful product, but very quickly you'll go through a little bit of a detox, which, as you know, we really don't talk much about detox with Nerf 2 and Nerf 1 because we don't really feel there is a detox. But I think with NAD, there is a little bit of that, okay, because it's got such a quick reaction. So he just said, you know, stay the course and pretty quickly you'll be perfectly fine and you'll feel all the benefits, okay? So that's what I wanted to hit on, guys, as far as a little bit about NAD. Has anybody, I don't know if anybody, you guys want to unmute yourselves, does anybody have any comments about NAD or anything, any testimonials that they feel that they're seeing with NAD or anything else? Anybody else taking it besides me?
I take it, Kristen and I take it every day.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely. I still haven't heard the best way to take all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, right.
when they showed that graph at EA, you know, they were talking about the synergistic effect of the NAD with the Nerf 2 and the
Nerf one. Yeah.
Nerf 1. And I don't know if that was if you take all three of them together at the same time. So right now I'm taking all three in the morning, and then I'm taking the omega and probiotic after dinner.
I think that that's a good process. Really, what that graph, and for you guys that weren't at EA, it was over 1,000% increase on the effectiveness if you took the Tri Synergizer, all three. It was unbelievable what that graph, what Dr. Dixon came up with, and they just published that information. I think Jeff, and you might remember this, or Lewis, or certainly George, like 2 days before EA, they finally had the
Yeah.
results. And it was like 1,000% increase. So if you just take Nerf 1 and Nerf 2, you definitely have great effects. But if you take all three, and I believe it's in a 24-hour period, I'm trying to take mine as well, Jeff, in the morning. I just got to make sure that I eat something, or I don't pound a cup of coffee and then take my NAD. So, but I'm just like you. I always take my probiotic first thing in the morning, and I'll do that on an empty stomach. So that's probably the first thing I do. Then I have a cup of coffee, a little bit of food, maybe an English muffin, and then I can take my other stuff. And then later in the day, I do my omega and my what else do I do later in the day? I can't remember.
Do you do a prebiotic? I haven't figured out when to stick that in the equation.
Yeah, I am not doing. I usually forget, but I will tell you, Ann does the prebiotic every day. She always drinks that about a half an hour before dinner.
Okay.
Okay, that's what.
Interesting.
So,
I got a thing on a prebiotic. Since the prebiotic came into existence, I've been really religious about it early in the morning. It's the first thing I drink as soon as I get out of bed. I know I make 2 glasses in the morning for me and Shannon. I give her the fat burn once she takes the prebiotic as soon as she gets out of bed. And I've been doing that for about since the inception of the prebiotic. And then after I do my stuff in the morning, like 30 minutes later, I take the probiotic after that. And then later on in the morning, I take the fish oil. And then I take the last Tri Synergizer towards the end of the morning, which is within an hour and a half. That's kind of how I do it.
Well, you know what? Your routine is probably good, because the description that I recall when they came out with the prebiotic, they basically called it fertilizer for the probiotic. So
Right.
What the prebiotic does is it's almost like fuel for your probiotic. So if you're drinking the prebiotic, it's actually increasing the effects of the probiotic.
Right.
So what you're doing is probably the right thing, drinking your prebiotic and then taking the probiotic, whatever, half an hour later.
Mm-hmm. He sips it a little bit. He sips the prebiotic a little bit.
Yeah. Good. There's the big guy. Anybody got anything else? Anybody else have any other comments about the Tri Synergizer? And it's really becoming a hot thing. I don't know if you guys have seen also recently, if you already, let me remember now, I think if you're on Nerf 1 and Nerf 2 and you add the NAD to your subscription, you get a free
Axio.
Free Axio. I think.
I drink a Axio.
So that's a good thing. Anything else? Anybody else got any other things going on?
The Cancun, the 950 times 2 covers food and
everything.
Covers everything.
Covers everything. Now it doesn't give you your EA ticket. The EA ticket is just
right.
That's $99. But if you've never been to an all-inclusive, especially like a Moon Palace, and we go to Secrets, it is usually there's 5 to 8 restaurants out right on the property. You eat as much as you want. I know you're a big drinker, but you might, drink smoothies and, pina coladas and things like that. That's all included. You don't pull your wallet out the whole time.
Just tip.
And typically what I do is, I have to bring ones, and the people are very appreciative. I'll bring a little stack of ones and I'll tip, a buck here, a buck there. And believe me, they're extremely appreciative for, the dollar is pretty powerful in Mexico, as you know.
Right.
But, that's all you pay for. So,
Okay.
what do you got, George?
I got a question, Steve.
Shoot.
Okay, is it 4 nights? The schedule shows on my back office the 6th to the 10th.
Correct.
Is it 5 nights or 4 nights only?
I believe on my sheet earlier I listed it as 4. I'll confirm that. Usually when they say 6th through 10th, that means that checkout is on the 10th. So you'd get Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. That'd be your 4 nights. They would call it 4 nights, 5 days. But actual accommodation sleep would be 4 nights.
So then we would schedule our flight for the 6th and register on the 6th.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
that's what I would do. I would come in as early as you can on the 6th. You know, like Jeff just said, come in as early as you can on the 6th and leave as late as you want on the 10th. And if you want to stay an extra week or 2 or a month, you could do that too. So,
Thank you.
yeah, you bet. But no, I'm excited you guys are coming. We're building up a little bit of a team with people coming. It's going to be a great time. I mean, you got to imagine, I mean, it's in February. Now, of course, George, you're in Florida, so weather's always good out there. And Lewis, you get pretty good weather. But for us Northerners, you know, it's terrible in February. And, to leave and go to Mexico in February and be able to spend, you know, time with all your favorite people down there and be around the pool. And what'll happen, guys, you know what happens when you're at EA, you know, you do a lot of socializing and community building. Well, when you go to a place like this, which we've done before because we've taken some of these trips, you're doing that same thing, but you're doing it around the pool. And Jeff, you know this. You went to Puerto Vallarta with the group, right?
It's way different than any of the other EAs. I mean, you get to talk to people way more.
Yeah, you're just you're standing around in the pool, you're walking around, and there's of course, a swim-up pool bar, and you're standing there, and you walk up and you're chatting with Blue Elam or with Marcel or it's a great experience. So you guys will really enjoy it. All right. If you guys got nothing else, I'll probably sign out. If you guys think of anything you want to chat about next, I'm actually going to be traveling next Tuesday. I'm actually going to not next Tuesday. No, next Tuesday. I have to do a meeting on the east side, an Amish meeting on the east side next Tuesday. And then the following Tuesday, I'm actually going to Kansas City. So I don't even know if Lewis and George, you know about that yet, but it all just came up today. So I already booked a flight to go to Kansas City for Kent. And he's trying to put something together there. So next 2 weeks, we'll figure something out. I mean, I don't know what your guys' evenings are for these quick meetings. I like doing these because it keeps us in contact. You know, if Mondays work for you guys as well, maybe we throw in a Monday or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Does it matter to you guys? I mean, whether it's a Monday or Tuesday or
Nope.
We get it done ahead of Monday Night Football for you football fans out there. I know Andy's a big football fan. Probably doesn't miss anything. So, all right. Well, with that, guys, I'll sign off. My phone's on. If you guys need anything, hit me up later tonight or tomorrow. Let's just stay in contact. And if you guys need any help with this Cancun registering, it's exciting. So, and I know, Lewis, I know you're working real good with TJ, and that's exciting on his end too. So, looking forward to that.
Yeah, that TJ watch is always in effect every day.
Yeah.
Sending him information, he hasn't responded at all today, so I imagine he's just, throwing the weight around.
Yep. Yeah, no pun intended. All right, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay in touch. Andy, I'll give you a call tomorrow. You and I got to catch up. All right, buddy.
And Steve, you want to talk later?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, see you guys.
You got it. See you guys.